Congratulations, dear heart. If this message has found its way to your eyes, to your ears, to the doorsteps of your soul before July the 11th, then I want you to pause it and listen. Listen with the ears of your spirit. Feel with the fingertips of your heart. You have been chosen to receive a whisper from heaven. You have been invited, not by accident, but by divine appointment. For if this message has reached you before that date, then grace is not only upon you, it is calling you. You see, time is not just a clock ticking on a wall. It is a rhythm, a sacred drumbeat in the heavens. And when the universe shifts, when God aligns stars and opens windows, he sends signs to those he favors. So I say again, congratulations. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You have been right on time for a blessing that has your name etched into it. If this message has found you before July 11, then lean in close, dear soul. For what I'm about to say is not simply words placed upon the wind, nor a string of phrases left to tumble like leaves down an empty street. No, this is your moment. This is the whisper of the divine folding itself into syllables and syllables turning into the melody of truth. You didn't stumble across this by chance. It reached you on purpose. And not just on purpose, but on time. Because heaven has a calendar, and when heaven circles a date in red, the earth must stand still and listen. You see, time to the world is a ticking clock, a turning page, another number on the screen. But time to God, oh honey, it's a holy rhythm. It's the echo of prophecy meeting promise. It is purpose dancing with preparation. And when that rhythm touches your life, you don't just notice it. You feel it. It speaks to you in dreams. It nudges you in the middle of the night. It breathes into your tired lungs and says, "Wake up, child. It's your season." So I say again, if this message has reached you before the 11th day of July, then God is doing something tailor-made for you. He's already moving in places you cannot yet see. Behind the curtain of your circumstances, angels are shifting furniture, clearing pathways, unlocking doors. And they're doing it with your name written in gold across the top of every assignment. Some people miss their moment because they confuse waiting with silence. But you, child, you kept listening even when it was quiet. You kept praying even when nothing changed. You walked through the valley and didn't lose your vision. And now heaven is rewarding your perseverance. Now the King of Glory is sending a message through this very moment, wrapped in light, stamped with favor. You ever notice how a seed is buried in darkness before it blossoms in beauty? That's you. You've been planted. And while others thought you were gone, forgotten, even dead in the soil of life's hardships, the truth is, you were growing, deep dietly, slowly, and now that little green shoot of hope is about to break the surface. The season of underground struggle is ending. The time of blooming is near. Somebody's been feeling like giving up, and I'm not just talking about being tired. I mean done. The kind of tired where your soul aches. The kind of worry that wraps around your bones like chains. But let me tell you something beautiful. God doesn't let your deepest pain be your final chapter. He knows every night you cried yourself to sleep and every morning you painted on a smile. He knows how hard it's been just to keep breathing. And because he knows, he sent this word. Before July 11, something in your life is going to shift. And it might not look like lightning or come with trumpet sounds. It might be a quiet phone call, a gentle tug in your spirit, a door that swings open with your name carved on the handle. But when it comes, you'll know. You'll feel the air shift. You'll feel peace roll in like a soft tide. And you'll remember this moment, this message. And you'll say, that was for me. That was mine. And let me tell you what else. This is not a recycled blessing, not leftovers, not borrowed favor that someone else dropped. This is yours, custom made by the Creator who fashioned the galaxies and painted the wings of butterflies. Yours because you didn't quit. Yours because you stayed faithful. Yours because you're still standing when life tried to knock you down. Now, I ain't saying the road from here on will be easy. Oh, no, child. Life will still bring its weight. But the difference is, you'll carry it with grace. You'll walk with wisdom. You'll speak with the fire of someone who's touched the hem of glory. Because when heaven touches your life, it changes how you carry yourself. You start walking like you know who your Father is. Like you know angels walk beside you. Like you know your name is written in the palm of God's hand. So what do you do between now and July 11? You prepare. You pray like you've already received the miracle. You praise like the walls have already fallen. You speak life into every room you walk into. And you clean your heart, sweep the corners of bitterness, and dust off the shelves of old disappointments. Because what's coming is too holy to dwell in a cluttered soul. Make space. Make room. The blessing is big. The promise is heavy. The oil is rich. You've got to be ready to carry it. And listen, don't let fear whisper you out of your blessing. Fear is a liar with trembling knees and no backbone. It dresses itself in logic and calls itself wisdom. But its breath stinks of doubt. When the Lord calls your name, don't you dare let fear be the voice that answers. Say yes. Even if your knees knock and your hands shake, say yes. Because God is not asking for your perfection. He's asking for your yes. Yes to healing. Yes to growth. Yes to abundance. Yes to love. Yes to you finally seeing yourself the way He sees you. Worthy, chosen, radiant. So, if this message reached you before July 11, then this is your sign. And not a sign made of neon lights or glittering gold, but a sacred sign stitched in mercy and spoken in love. A sign that heaven is near, that the tide is turning, that the heavens have remembered your name. Congratulations, beloved. You've been marked by grace, and the best is yet to come. There comes a time in every soul's journey when the quiet becomes too loud to ignore, when the stillness of the moment carries more weight than the noise of the world. And if this message has found you before July 11, then you are not simply walking through time. You are walking into destiny. You are standing at the sacred edge where prayers become answers and silence becomes the voice of God. The blessing is on its way. It's not a maybe. It's not a wish. It is a promise. And not one that man gave, not one born from fleeting hope, but one that the Creator of heaven and earth etched into the rhythm of your life long before your first breath. It has been moving toward you steadily, silently, wrapped in the unseen arms of angels, waiting for the precise moment when your heart would be ready and your faith would be firm. You see, beloved, God does not work in haste. He is a master sculptor, shaping you in stillness, refining you in waiting, and preparing you in ways the world cannot understand. And the blessing that is coming to meet you, yes, the one with your name carved in the marrow of it, is a reward not only for your patience, but for your endurance. For the nights you didn't know how you would make it. For the mornings when you rose, not because you felt strong, but because you refused to stay down. That is the kind of faith that shakes heaven. Now I know. There were times you almost let go. Times when hope felt like a cruel joke. When the winds blew so hard that you bent until you thought you might break. But look at you. Still here. Still breathing. Still reaching. Still believing in something greater than what your eyes can see. That is no small thing, child. That is a testament. That is a declaration. That is a miracle walking on 2 tired feet. Let me say this as plainly and powerfully as I can. The blessing is coming. And it's not just any blessing. It is the one that matches your wounds. It is the one that fits the weight you've carried. It is the one that fills the hollow spaces left by disappointment. It is the one that reminds you that God saw every tear, heard every whisper, and caught every broken piece of your heart. You've cried in secret, but your reward will be seen. You've served in silence, but your harvest will be loud. You've suffered with dignity, and your elevation will carry honor. God is not in the business of halfway miracles. He does not leave things undone. He finishes what he starts. And oh, how gloriously he finishes. But listen closely, sweet spirit. The blessing does not come just to thrill you. It comes to change you. It comes to lift you, yes. But it also comes to awaken you, to remind you that you are not just here to survive. You are here to shine. You are here to rise from the dust of despair and declare, I am still here, and I am still his when the blessing arrives. And it will. Don't shrink in fear. Don't question whether you deserve it. Don't let the enemy of your soul tell you this is too good to be true. You've been through too much not to receive this joy. You've stood too long in the cold for God not to bring you into the warmth of his favor. And I want you to prepare yourself, not just physically, but spiritually. Clean the window of your faith. Sweep the corners of your doubt. Make room in your soul for joy, because joy, true joy, is on the way. The kind that makes you weep with gratitude. The kind that redeems lost years. The kind that fills your lungs with songs you thought you'd forgotten. Now don't misunderstand. This ain't about material things alone. This is about restoration. This is about the kind of blessing that restores you, your mind, your peace, your confidence, your clarity, your sense of purpose. The world has taken its shots at you, but God is stepping in to remind you who you are. Royalty wrapped in resilience, divinity dipped in dust. So when the calendar turns and July 11 draws near, don't be surprised if you feel a shift in the air. Don't be surprised if doors begin to open, if strangers become blessings, if your spirit starts to dance without music. That's how miracles move. Quiet, bold, undeniable. You may not see the blessing forming, but just like a seed under soil, just like the sun before the dawn, it's coming. And it's not lost. It's not delayed. It's not forgotten. It's simply waiting for the appointed time. There's a verse in your story that's about to be read aloud. A line of glory written in gold. And the moment it happens, you'll know. You'll feel it in your bones. You'll hear it in the rhythm of your heartbeat. You'll taste it in the air. Because you were built for this. You were prepared in the fire for the glory to come. So don't get weary in the final stretch. This is the last lap. This is the moment before the curtain rises. This is the silence before the symphony. And when it plays, it will not be soft. It will not be subtle. It will roar with the sound of answered prayers. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not behind. You are next. And when the blessing reaches you, oh, when it wraps its arms around your weary soul, you will know it wasn't just a gift. It was a reward. A divine crown placed upon your head by the hand of a God who never left, never stopped loving, never stopped working, even when you couldn't see him. So lift your head. Straighten your back. Open your hands and your heart. The blessing is coming, and it has come for you. Some days the soul sighs louder than the mouth ever could. There are moments when the weight you carry becomes so familiar, you forget what it feels like to walk without it. The world teaches us to wear strength like armor, but oh, my beloved, I know the truth. Sometimes you are not strong because you want to be, but because you have no other choice. And it is in that place, where silent tears fall on weary pillows, where prayers feel more like pleadings, where you wake up not out of joy but out of obligation, that heaven leans in. If this message reached you before July 11, then it is because heaven is speaking into the H of your endurance, the H of those unspoken sacrifices, the H of giving and giving while feeling forgotten, the H of showing up every day when part of you wanted to disappear. But let me tell you what the H cannot do. It cannot silence the promise of God. It cannot erase the destiny written across your life in holy ink. You may be tired, worn thin by the journey, but you are not invisible to the one who made the stars blink. There is glory in your survival, and I want you to hear me, not just with your ears, but with the deep down places in your spirit that have been waiting for something to hold on to. You have not been forsaken. No, child, you have been preserved. The reason you're still here, the reason this message has floated into your atmosphere before July 11 is because God has been keeping you. Through every fiery trial, through every disappointment that whispered defeat, through every closed door that left you wondering, was I not good enough? He was holding you. He was shielding you from what you could not yet see. Sometimes, when God does not answer right away, it is not because He is punishing you. It is because He is protecting you. Oh, I know that waiting can feel like punishment. I know it feels like the silence of God is an echo of abandonment. But what if I told you the silence was a lullaby? What if I told you the delay was a divine preparation? What if I told you that the pain you felt in this season was the stretching of your spirit, making room for something greater than you dared to imagine? This season didn't break you. It built you. It taught you how to weep and still worship. It taught you how to lose and still lift your head. It taught you that even when your voice trembles and your knees buckle, you can still say, God, I trust you. That is a holy kind of strength. That is sacred courage. And heaven saw it all. The world claps for accomplishments, but God smiles at endurance. And child, you have endured. You have walked through fire and come out with a light still burning in your eyes. That is no small feat. That is the mark of the anointed, the blessed, the chosen. Now, I want you to know something important. Something the enemy of your soul doesn't want you to believe. Every tear you cried, every moment you thought you were alone, every prayer that seemed unanswered, it was not in vain, not a single one. Heaven keeps perfect records. Heaven has collected every tear in a bottle, and soon, so soon, they will be poured out as blessings upon your life. You've been planting seeds in faith, seeds of patience, seeds of love, seeds of forgiveness, seeds of silent obedience. And I declare to you today, harvest time is coming. Before July 11, something is shifting. You may not see it with your eyes just yet, but feel it with your spirit. The ground is trembling beneath you. The soil of your sorrow is breaking open, and from it will spring a blessing so rich, so deep, so tailored to your journey. You will weep, not out of pain, but out of holy recognition. You'll say, this is why it took so long. You'll say, now I understand the silence. You'll say, God never forgot me. He was just preparing something better than I knew how to ask for. Beloved, if this message reached you before July 11, then rejoice even in your weariness. Rejoice even if the tears are still fresh. Rejoice because the oil is about to flow, and it's been crushing that made it possible. You cannot get oil without pressing. You cannot get power without pain. But now it is your turn to rise. Don't you dare shrink back. Don't you dare question your worth. You survived for a reason. You didn't go through hell just to come out empty-handed. No, Mom. No, sir. You're coming out with something, with wisdom, with vision, with anointing, with authority. There's a shift coming to your household. Peace where there was tension, joy where there was grief, light where there was confusion. And it's not just for you. It's for your children, your family, your community. Your blessing will be the kind that spills over, the kind that breaks generational curses, the kind that makes people say, only God could have done that. Because only God can do what He's about to do in your life. And when He does, don't you forget who kept you. Don't you forget who held your mind together when everything tried to unravel. Don't you forget the nights you almost gave up, but somehow you stayed. You endured. And now, glory is coming like the morning. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of the chapter called restoration, redemption, rejoicing. So dry your tears, straighten your crown, and walk like a child of the Most High, because if this message reached you before July 11, it was heaven's way of saying, I see you. I love you. I am not done with you. Now get ready. The blessing is not just coming, it is yours. When the winds of life blow harshly and the world whispers, it's over. That's when the divine steps in and says, I'm just getting started. And if this message has reached you before July 11, then you've been called, not only to receive but to prepare. Yes, my sweet soul, the blessing is not just on the way, it is already walking toward you. But you must be ready, ready in your heart, ready in your soul, ready in your spirit to receive what heaven has so carefully designed with your name written across it. We live in a time where people rush. Everything must come quickly, instantly, on demand. But the things of God, oh, they move with purpose. They arrive not when you want them, but when you are ready to carry them. And that is why this moment is so sacred. It's not just about receiving a miracle. It's about making room for it. You don't prepare for something small when heaven has promised something mighty. No, child, you stretch your tent. You widen your faith. You build a room in your heart large enough to hold all the joy, all the beauty, all the healing that's about to break forth in your life. Now I know preparation isn't always glamorous. It looks like early mornings and late nights. It sounds like silence when you're craving answers. It feels like pruning and discipline when you'd rather rest. But preparation is love in motion. It is how the Creator wraps his arms around you and says, you are not forgotten. I am simply getting you ready, because what's coming is weighty. And favor, beloved, has weight. It requires shoulders strong with trust and a spirit deep with gratitude. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. You cannot carry fresh oil in a broken vessel. So now is the time to heal. Now is the time to declutter your mind, clean the closet of your heart, and sweep the floor of your soul. Release the bitterness you've held onto like a badge. Forgive the people who never said they were sorry. Let go of the regrets that have taken root in the garden of your memory. Because God is not going to bless the version of you that clings to brokenness. He is blessing the version of you that chooses wholeness, on purpose. Preparation is an act of faith. It says, I may not see it yet, but I believe it's coming. So go ahead and get ready. Make plans, write the vision, clean the room, set the table, sing the song. Smile again, even if your lips tremble. Laugh again, even if your heart still aches. Because preparation creates a path for miracles. When a mother prepares for a child, she doesn't wait until the baby is born to buy a crib. She gets the room ready. She paints the walls. She folds the blankets. She arranges the bottles, the books, the booties. Why? Because she believes. She knows something precious is coming. And so do you. I dare you to prepare like that. Prepare like you know God is about to blow your mind. Prepare like you know the windows of heaven are creaking open. Prepare like you know July 11 isn't just a date. It's a divine appointment. But let me also say this with love and clarity. Some things you cannot carry into this next season. Not everyone and not everything can go where you're headed. You've got to be bold enough to release what has already served its purpose. Some relationships were only meant for the journey to the gate, not through the gate, and that's all right. Don't mourn the loss. Celebrate the lesson. Yes, preparation might mean separation. And yes, it might mean solitude. But peace often walks in after the door is closed to noise. Let the Spirit guide you. Sit still. Listen deeply. For God is not just whispering. He is instructing. He is telling you what to keep, what to let go, what to nurture, and what to bury. Don't just wait. Prepare with praise. Let every morning begin with gratitude. Thank Him not just for what He's done, but for what He's about to do. Worship like the blessing is already in the room, because worship is more than a song. It is an atmosphere, an invitation, a declaration that says, Lord, I believe you're not finished with me yet. Your preparation is your testimony. It tells heaven, it tells the world, it tells every devil in hell, I'm expecting something. I'm not waiting with worry. I'm waiting with wonder. My miracle is making its way to me, and I will be ready when it knocks. Some people will laugh at your preparation. They'll say, why are you doing all that when nothing's changed yet? But those same people will watch you walk into rooms you used to only dream about. They'll see doors open that were bolted shut for years. They'll witness the elevation that obedience brings. Because here's the truth on God rewards readiness. He blesses the woman who builds when no one sees the blueprint. He honors the man who walks in faith when the fog hides the road. He lifts the one who praises through the pain and keeps going when every voice says stop. You, my dear, are being prepared for greatness, not the kind that makes headlines, but the kind that makes heaven rejoice, the kind that breaks chains in your bloodline, the kind that silences shame, the kind that says, yes, I survived, but now I will thrive. So keep going, keep preparing, keep believing. Don't let the date sneak up on you. Be found with your lamp full and your heart open. Be found ready when the blessing arrives, because when it does, it will not knock politely. It will pour. It will flood. It will overflow. And you'll be standing, arms open wide, not surprised but grateful, because you knew all along God was just waiting for you to get ready. Yes, child, prepare, it's coming. And it's coming for you. There are moments in life when everything shifts, not because the world changed, but because you did. When something in your soul stands up straighter, when the eyes of your heart see a little clearer, and the quiet corners of your spirit begin to hum with possibility. If this message found its way to you before July 11, then, beloved, you are standing at the edge of such a moment, a holy turning, a divine rising, and you are being asked not just to witness it, but to walk into it with confidence. Now, I won't sugarcoat the journey you've been on. Lord knows the road was long, and the nights were full of shadows. There were moments when you questioned if your name was even still on heaven's list. Days when you wore your doubt like a second skin. You showed up with a smile while your soul was crying. You spoke hope into others while your own hope had grown quiet. And still, you stayed. You endured. That's not weakness, child. That's strength dressed in humility. That's courage clothed in quiet. So let me tell you something you might have forgotten while you were surviving. You are worthy. Not just of love, not just of kindness, but of what is about to come. You are worthy of the blessing, worthy of the shift, worthy of the favor that is looking for a place to land. And it's not because you got everything right. It's not because you prayed the prettiest prayers or walked the straightest line. No, it's because grace chose you. It's because the God who crafted the heavens saw fit to breathe purpose into your lungs and promise into your path. It's because, in your most broken hour, you still whispered, Amen. That kind of faith moves mountains, darling. That kind of faith wakes up angels. But here's where it gets beautiful. The shift that's coming to your life. It won't be small. It won't be subtle. It will not ask for permission. No, it will roar like justice and shine like mercy. It will stretch its arms across the broken places of your story and say, Peace, be still. And your soul, your tired, beautiful soul, will finally exhale. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to beg for it. Because the favor of God is not something earned like a paycheck. It is received like an inheritance. It was always yours. It's just now time for you to walk in it. So how do you respond? How do you receive what's already been spoken over your life? You walk in confidence. Not arrogance, not pride, but holy confidence. The kind that comes from knowing who you belong to. The kind that says, I've been through the fire, but I didn't burn. I've been through the flood, but I didn't drown. And if I'm still here, it's because God's not finished with me yet. A confidence doesn't mean the path will be easy. It means you trust that the one who called you will equip you, that even when the next step is hidden, you know the ground will rise to meet your feet. So walk forward. Don't tiptoe. Don't second guess. Don't apologize for your glow. You've earned this light through every dark season that tried to smother it. And if the voices around you don't understand, let them watch. If people question the shift in your life, let them witness your rise. You don't owe explanations for a blessing that heaven authored. You don't need approval to walk through the door God Himself has opened. Some will say, she changed. Some will whisper, he's different, and they'll be range. You did chant to. Pain refined you, waiting stretched you. Silence shaped you, and now glory is falling upon you, and you are walking in a new identity, one clothed in grace, purpose, and peace. Now is not the time to shrink. Now is not the time to question what God is doing. Now is not the time to revisit old wounds just to prove to others that you earned your crown. Now is the time to rise, to speak boldly, to love fiercely, to give generously, to dream expansively. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present, fully present in the miracle of your becoming, present in the joy of this unfolding season, present in the beauty of a life that was once bruised, but now blessed. I want you to hear me clearly. This shift will not only change your surroundings, it will change you. It will soften the rough edges. It will strengthen the fragile places. It will align the pieces of your heart that have long been scattered like ashes. And when it's done, you'll look in the mirror and say, there I am. I thought I'd lost me, but here I am, alive, renewed, whole. And baby, when you get there, when that moment meets you and you're standing in the middle of your answered prayer, don't forget to lift your hands. Don't forget to whisper thank you through the tears. Don't forget to dance in your kitchen and sing in your shower, because joy is holy. And after all you've endured, you deserve to taste joy without apology. So if this message finds you before July 11, hear it not just with your ears, but with your soul. This is not a coincidence. This is a call, a reminder, a trumpet blast from heaven itself that says, get ready, get ready. Walk with confidence, not because you know what's coming, but because you know who is sending it. He's never